Colin Kaepernick critic, and he is exposing himself as one of the worst human beings in the history of America. And I say that in all seriousness. He's not beyond redemption. But this is a tragic, sad, confused, mean-spirited human being. This is no hero. This is no one that's interested in social justice. This is an idiot who is mean-spirited, ungrateful, and a blight on the sports world, and anybody that defended this guy should be embarrassed. Surely you've heard by now that Colin Kaepernick took a dump on his adoptive parents. I can't think of anything lower that his pursuit of fame and money would take him to this depth, to be this low, to call your parents problematic and insinuate and flat out claim that they raised you in a racist manner. Let's play the clip of Colin Kaepernick being interviewed by, it looked to me like another African American, but I'm not 1,000% sure. But he's got some comic book out about his life, and he's sat down with a female reporter, with another female that helped him write this, sitting next to him. Got that feminine energy just flowing everywhere. Let's listen to Colin Kaepernick take a dump on the parents, the Kaepernick parents that raised him.
It's his true high school coming-of-age story, his journey embracing his blackness, despite resistance from many, including his white adoptive parents.
I know my parents loved me, but there were still very problematic things that I went through. I think it was important to show that, no, this can happen in your own home, and how we move forward collectively while addressing the racism that is being perpetuated.
He took cues from his icon, basketball star Allen Iverson, who he said wore his blackness like a suit of armor. And teenage Kaepernick wanted cornrows to match. He's getting what roles, his mom asked?
Oh, your hair's not professional. Oh, you look like a little thug.
Your mom said that to you.
Yeah. And those become spaces where it's like, okay, how do I navigate this situation now? But it also is informed why I have my hair long today. Part of the goal in telling the story is, no, take pride in your blackness, take pride in your culture. My hope is young people and readers walk away and they seize their power.
When y'all are in that position, you have the opportunity to change things.
He's going to take me to a level of transparency today that could get me in trouble, could trigger someone watching, could paint a bad image of me, but I just need people to hear me out in context and just be patient with me, or show me some grace and mercy if I say something that doesn't quite land right. But anybody that knows me knows I have no problem with interracial dating. Anybody that knows me knows I was very capable of being 50% of a African-American child. But when I look at Colin Kaepernick and what's going on with these African-Americans, including Barack Obama, all the way down, I thank God that it didn't happen, because I would be devastated if my kids were having the kind of identity issues that I consistently see from African-American kids. And if anybody's watching this who is married in an interracial marriage or whatever, I am not attacking you at all. I wish the best for your kids. I hope that you have equipped them to see themselves beyond their skin color, see themselves as image bearers of God. But this would have been my worst nightmare if I raised them properly so that they wouldn't spin off into this racial idolatry world that Kaepernick and so many African-American kids seem to be caught up in. Kaepernick and this reporter, who appears to be African-American to me as well, talking about embracing his blackness. What other group does this? Is there another group that sits on television talking about, I had to embrace my brownness, I had to embrace my yellowness, I had to embrace my whiteness? If white people were on TV talking about, I had to embrace my whiteness, they would be run off and called every racist in the book. They would be called problematic themselves. And then if you're so stupid as to think cornrows makes you black, whatever black is, other than a skin color. The only thing that can make you black is the color of your skin. That's the only qualification. For Colin Kaepernick to have so little self-awareness, life experience, lack of a broader understanding. I had 2 black parents, and my father questioned everything about me. I don't like the clothes you're wearing. Why'd you get an earring? Why are you doing this or that? If I had gotten cornrows, my father probably would have smacked me on sight and would have been like, what are you doing? You think you went to college to come out and dress like some thug straight out of prison? That's what parents do. They don't want you all dressed up looking like you just got out of Rahway State Prison. Black parents, white parents, responsible parents, regardless of color, ask those types of questions and question everything about their kids. I guarantee you, if they had a white kid and they came home looking like a hippie with long hair, you look like a hippie and a fool. That doesn't look professional. That's what parents do. Parents do. But Kaepernick is so foolish and stupid, he thinks that tats and cornrows and Allen Iverson wrote the book on being black. To some degree, I have sympathy for Colin Kaepernick, but not this. Not this. When your black daddy that you never knew, allegedly black daddy, that you never knew, you look Middle Eastern to me, your white mama, they gave you up. And these 2 people come rescue you, put you in a good home, bend over backwards to support your athletic career, your academic career and everything. And you want to sit down and do interviews and talk about problematic and racism? You have so little understanding of parenting. You think I couldn't sit here and talk about the mistakes my parents made? Every parent makes mistakes. And I'm not even saying your parents made mistakes, but every parent makes mistakes. But most people, particularly in their 30s, hell, by the time they're teenagers, they're wise enough to go, oh, Lord, have mercy. Was my parents good to me? Yeah, they didn't do everything right, but oh, my God, what a blessing. Jimmy Joe next door don't even know his daddy. Felicia down the street, her mama's strung out on drugs. And my parents bent over backwards for me and supported me in every way fashionable? My father made some mistakes, but my God, the sacrifices he made, the sacrifices my mother made, And I'm going to sit up and question and clown them to sell some comic books and to be popular? This man is sick. And anybody that can't see it is sick too. This is the lack of gratitude. It's so pervasive. And yes, I'm going to go all the way here. These young people that have no gratitude for being Americans and for being born here and appreciate the people, white and black, who sacrificed so that we could live in the land of the free, the home of the brave, the land with all this opportunity. There's no gratitude for it. And all everybody wants to do is second guess and publicly question everything and act like they are the supreme beings with all the answers. And if we had been the founding fathers, if we had been this or that, oh, how much better this country would be. It's a joke. You have no gratitude. And it's because you have no connection to God. Because when you have a connection to God, you're overwhelmed with gratitude. You know how flawed you are. And so you don't go on TV and take a dump on mama and daddy. Now, look, if mama and daddy had truly mistreated you, if they didn't feed you because they blew money on gambling and booze and whores and drugs, I get it. But your complaint is, your mama complained because you had cornrows? Me and my daddy would have gotten a knockdown, drag-out fight if I tried to put some cornrows on my head. We would have got in a fight. Trust me. He would have thrown hands at me. That's what parents do that care about their kids. This story is sickening. I've never liked Colin Kaepernick. Let me be accurate. When he was just a football player, I did like Colin Kaepernick. I actually loved him. He was my favorite player. But once he started this kneeling stuff and couldn't defend it, and once he exposed himself as mute Muhammad Ali, controlled by that woman of his, I've never liked Colin Kaepernick. And I feel so justified in not liking him right now. Any of you that had good parents and trust me, your parents made mistakes, but getting on TV and chit-chatting with some woman you don't know about the mistakes that you think they made, and they're racist and this was problematic, and you making a cartoon book about it? You're that thirsty? You're that unappreciative? You're sick, man. Absolutely sick. And all the people gassing you up, they're sick. Help us grow the Fearless Army. Pound that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with all of your fearless friends.